Labuda Mike,
What's up?
where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Illinois.
Illinois. Okay. And what do you want to talk about on the show tonight?
I wanted to ask you guys' opinions on the top 10 like rankings for mid laners specifically.
Top 10 rate. You want us to rate every mid laner?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm not going to rate every mid laner, but Damonte might. Damonte,
All right.
how are you going to rate? I'm ready for this. Are you willing to do this? And Mark, are you going to do this too?
Let me pull up the list.
Why
It's
don't
somewhere easy to find.
what? I just have the teams up.
Okay, that's pretty easy.
Instead of doing a like 1 through 10, how about A, B, C, D tier?
A tier list?
Yeah, a quick tier list.
Okay.
Is that easier than doing 1, 2, 3? I assume it is.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Yeah, it's easier. But man, it's gonna feel bad whenever. I guess 10th place would feel bad too. But here, I'll as we put this out, I'll put this in a notepad and show it on the screen, and then people can see it as it develops live. So, 1 second. What spurred this question, Labuda Mike?
Well, since we have Damonte on, I kind of wanted to see where he puts himself, and also Mark's thoughts specifically on like who he thinks are the top performing mid laners.
Yeah. Okay.
It's just always nice to see what where a player thinks he is, because even though Clutch isn't performing that well, you can argue that Damonte's the standout player. He's been performing pretty well, so.
Okay, so we've got the anybody listening to the podcast, I'm sorry, hopefully I've put it up on the screen for the ABCD, but I'm sure Mark and Damonte will narrate it out, so maybe you'll get it that way. But which way do you guys want to work? A tier down or D tier up?
I don't know. I'm still throwing my list together.
Let's do A tier down. And you don't have to like just make the list right now with us, Mark. Okay, who's on your A tier list?
Well, I mean that's the thing. It's hard.
I mean, actually, mid lane is really weird this way too.
I agree.
Because there's so many different styles for every different team that it's like really weird. Because Niski is like not some like superstar pop-off player, but the role he puts on C9 is so insane, I feel.
It sounds like you guys are already making excuses.
No, it's not excuses. It's just like
yeah. Give me who's the people that you think are A tier mid laners in the LCS, Damonte.
So before I give mine, which I'll start giving in a second, I actually 100% agree with Damonte, because I was looking at like most played champions in the mid lane, like presence statistics and stuff, and there wasn't anything higher than like a 70% presence, which is usually not the case. Usually everyone's playing the same shit. It's like, okay, the mid lanes everyone's playing are Ryze, Cassio, Ori, Azir, right? Or like or like everyone's playing Syndra LeBlanc. This split, there's like not that many like OP mid laners that everyone's playing, so people have more flexibility to play like what works. So it's a harder split to directly compare players, because like Jensen and Niski are playing completely different shit, right? Or like whatever. Whereas normally you would want to directly compare those.
Great.
Like you could compare like Power Evil and Huhi. And it's like polar opposites. Like Power Evil's doing like 1 million damage every game and like hyper carrying games in this meta, and then
so what you're saying is Power Evil's A tier and Huhi is D tier. That's what I'm hearing.
Yes, correct.
Okay. So what? No, but literally, who am I pitting in these A tiers?
So my first one would be Jensen.
Same.
Okay.
Then I actually have Bjergsen as well.
I also have Bjergsen. Great.
Okay. I feel like there should be a rule you can't have more than 3 in a tier.
Well, I have 4 in B. I only have 2.
Okay.
I was also gonna go to B after this.
Okay. All right.
Damn it! Stop copying me. You go next. You go next.
Okay, and then I have PO Box there.
Yep, I got him in there.
Okay.
And then I mean, I'm making mine on the fly. This is a little unfair.
I mean, Mark is making his too. Mark, do you want to give me a B tier?
I have all mine filled out now.
Okay.
I have Crown in B tier, and I actually think he's like A tier in skill, but from what I understand, he doesn't communicate that well with his team, which holds him back. So He's like almost A tier in terms of skill, but just not quite there.
Okay.
This is supposed to be. Wait, why am I answering? This is supposed to be Damonte's list.
Wait, this is
it's
purely for
you're
me?
both doing the list together.
I thought the caller asked for Damonte. Caller, who did you ask for?
Okay, I'd put Niski next. Niski is next.
Niski's on B tier. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Who else, Damonte? You're still looking. Mark, back to B.
I also POE in B tier.
POE. Okay. Who else?
Are you making these separate? I'm looking at your thing.
Yes.
Oh, I agreed on Niski and PO Box.
Oh, okay. All right.
And then I'm just gonna go to C.
All right.
And then
So wait, Damonte, you only have 2 in B tier.
yeah.
Okay, sick. Great. Love it.
And then I'm gonna throw every single player into C that's left. And
What?
then in D
No.
I'll put Huhi.
No. You cannot
There you go.
have. Are you serious that, or you think 6 players are all C tier?
Yes.
I feel like you just don't want.
I
to
feel like
put anybody
there's
in
so
D
many
tier.
inconsistent players right now. It's insane.
I
And
feel
everyone's
like you
playing so
don't
much
wanna
different
put
shit.
anybody in D tier.
No, I did. I said Huhi.
Oh, he's in D tier. Okay.
Yeah. That's actually not that different from what I had Damonte, Froggen, and Phoenix in my C tier, and Huhi in my D.
Okay.
But like the Crown one is an example of one that I think makes sense in C tier. Like I think he actually leads the league in deaths for mid laners. Yeah, he does. So like, I'm clearly like overvaluing his skill versus his like output this season, right?
So you have Damonte, Froggen, Phoenix, PoE, and Crown in your C tier. Damonte.
Yeah.
Okay. I think is that everybody? Am I missing anyone? So Mark, to round it out, yours and for the podcast listeners, your A tier is Jensen and Bjergsen, B tier is Crown, PoE, Niski, Pobelter, C is Damonte, Froggen, Phoenix, and D is Huhi. Is
Yep.
that all the yes, that's right. Okay, and then Damonte, your A tier is Jensen and Bjergsen, then Pobelter and Niski, then C is Damonte, Froggen, Phoenix, PoE, and Crown, and D tier is Huhi. Is that correct?
Yeah. Actually, I'd put Crown in B. Actually.
You
can
put
move that
Crown
one.
and B?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
Is that because
that's
of what
Damonte
happened in
doing
the-
that because he got. It's because he got solo killed by him this.
Yeah, that's
this
what I was gonna
last
say.
week.
Is that because of what happened?
Yeah,
in
pretty
the
much.
cra-
Pretty
the-
much.
All right. Well.
Fuck.
Okay. Well, there we go. So that answers the question. What do you think, caller? Do you have any thoughts on the rankings, or do you feel anybody's in the wrong place?
No, I mean I think the list is perfect. Other than I was surprised that both of you guys put Froggen as a C tier, not D tier, considering he can't play any real meta champions. I mean this week he played really well on the Victor, but like with Karthus did they even? I don't think they even won the Nivea game, right?
I think they lost, but I think that was against Team Liquid or something. I forget.
Oh, okay. It just I don't know. Like, what makes you guys put Froggen as a C, not a D tier?
I think he can be kind of limited in his playstyle and champ pool, but like the wins that Golden Guardians have gotten this season have largely been off his carry performances on things like the Karthus, Anivia, and now Victor recently. So I think he might be more limited than some people, but he's also had some really, really good games.
Damonte.
We were talking about Froggen? Is that what we were talking about?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Damonte's distracted because he's sitting there trash talking Niski in the chat. I look over, I
No,
hear
no,
the
okay.
typing, and then in chat, Damonte pops up as like, "You're trash. You're fuming." Blah 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 at Niski. Like, please.
Okay, no, for Froggen, it's
pay attention.
No, Froggen at the beginning of this play, he was trying to play like Galio and Urgot, and it was pretty bad. And now you're seeing his coach Anero making the great choice, and he's putting him on like Karthus, Victor, stuff like that, and he's really popping off now. So that's what I was saying with earlier. It's like every mid laner is playing so much different stuff. It's hard to rate everyone because like some mid laners are able to play the tanks and some aren't, and some are able to hyper carry and some aren't. So it's like pretty weird.
But to the caller's point, it feels like the Froggen's not playing like, oh, this type or this type. He's just playing Froggen champions.
Yeah, he's just playing comfort champions. It's true. But I mean,
Yeah, I mean-
Victor's pretty meta. So
Okay.
He is playing comfort, but he's also winning on those comforts. So it's like
Sure.
hard to say they shouldn't be doing that when they didn't win doing more meta stuff.
mhm.
And Arrow says, I put him on Karthus, now give me a paycheck. All right. Anyway, Labuda Mike, thank you so much for the call.
Thanks for having me, guys. Have a good one.
Yeah, have a good one.
Travis, you want to do a dramatic reading where I'll be Niski and you can be Damonte?
Sure.
Of the-
you'll
of the
wait.
Twitch
You'll be Niski. I'm Damonte.
Yeah. What kind of accent does Niski have? I actually don't know.
European, bro.
I don't know.
Yeah, European's not.
You,
Just the
Damonte
you
says-
banter, you banter accent. Nah,
It's
but
just a generic. Why is Damonte so
Niski
insecure?
messaged and Aaron said,
nah, but why is he
Damonte
just so insecure, man?
Yeah, why is Damonte so insecure, man?
Okay. Niski, you're trash. Keep playing Liss and Galio.
You forgot the lol. You got a lol.
Lol.
Playing Silas smurfing on some kids with 20% win rate in solo queue. Imagine.
Damonte said, or you're fuming.
Where's my next line?
I don't know.
I'd win versus you with one hand, man.
And then Damonte, was that it? Did we
I think that's when you
oh,
called him out.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Nah,
Right.
but
See, this is what we have to do now to get Trash Talk going, is like they're literally only willing to trash talk each other in the Twitch chat on the show. On the show, fucking Damonte's like, yeah, I think Niski, he's B tier, you know, he's pretty good. And then in the Twitch chat, he's like calling him. I'm like, come on, people, get it going. Jesus.
I'm not calling with
Fuck.
that.
no response, dude. It's doomed.
Jesus. All right, whatever. Anyway, let's move on to the next caller.